Let's see here. Hey, everybody. This is Jeffrey Jansen. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all having a great day today. So, anyway, I just kind of want to come on here real quick. I've been working today, had a lot to do. Haven't got a chance to do the pies and the bread yet. I do have the ingredients for all the pies and bread. However, one of the things I've noticed, there's a lot of people out there taking a lot of things very personally and very serious. I want to get a couple points across, okay? Let's get a couple points across now. One, yes, this virus is very bad. Two, you are a very important person, who you are, okay? Three, there's only so much a person and a family can do to protect themselves. Always make sure you're protecting your family and those around you, okay? Four, turn off the news. Because with everything going on right now, okay, I have noticed that there is different information on every ding channel there is, okay? Five, do not take people too personally by the things they say or do. I got into a debate earlier, and I made sure to tell them, this is a great person, great friend of mine, we're just debating else. Well, they took so much offense. Boop, there I go. I'm like, okay, so they unfriended me. Good for them. I really don't care, honestly, but the reason why I'm saying this is people are taking things way too serious. Yes, this is a bad disease. This is a bad virus. I get that, okay? 302 people have died as of current. So that's what the numbers are telling us right now. I get that. But you know what we can't do? We can't forget our humanity. We can't forget who we are. We must look out for our families. We must look out for our neighbors. We must look out for our communities. We must be there for each other in a time. What I learned in the Marine Corps, what my leaders in the Marine Corps taught me was in a time of crisis is when you all band together the most. It's when you get the most done. It's when you overcome the objective, okay? I can't tell you how many times that we were on air alert or been locked down or been to Greece. Okay, I just saw him on air. Or had first sergeant who became sergeant major William Squires, decided to take us on a boots and utes run in the middle of Greece for no other reason because the commanding officer wanted us to. Just kidding. But the whole point is when we get done with these bad situations, we're closer together. If you use this situation where we're quarantined, we're at home, okay, and you use it for the better, and you start thinking outside the box, and you start actually talking with people instead of just arguing with them. Instead of sitting there arguing about everything, debate, have a good conversation with them. One of the things I learned, one of the biggest reasons why Marines actually miss each other when we get out of the Marine Corps, that whole saying, you always miss your family, you miss your brothers. You got to understand, we never got along. I mean, we got along, don't get us wrong. We always had each other's backs and everything else. But there are times you don't know from one day to the next who you want to strangle. Honestly, Marines probably get in fights with each other more than anybody else. Why? Because we're brothers. But that can be adjusted to everyday life of what's going on right now. Everybody's going to be inside their homes right now because they're watching out for this coronavirus. People are going to say crazy things. Some people are going to say some stuff hoping to get a positive, and you're going to take it the wrong way. Well, if you take it the wrong way, take a breath and then step back to it. Sometimes you got to walk away and come back, okay? But if you take what everybody does so personally and so seriously, when this is all done and over with, you're going to move 5 steps backwards, not forward. One of the best ways to move forward when all this is going on, not only can you better your life, your kids' lives, the people around you, right now you have an opportunity to read more. You have an opportunity to go on and do research online. You don't even need to be at libraries anymore. Everything is right at your fingertips, okay? You have the opportunity to go and watch some good shows, good movies. You got the option of reading books right now, okay? Oh my God, I know, reading books. You want to know something? We used to have the Marine Corps reading program. Believe it or not, Marines are required to read. I know everybody calls us crayon eaters, and that's great. I like the cherry ones. Make sure they're red, the cherry ones. But did you know that Marines are required to read? We are also required to do MCIs. I think I may still have one of the records for having some of the most MCIs accomplished. Okay? But I also, like I said later on, went and got my MBA and stuff like that. Whenever we're doing things, though, you can't take things personally. With everything going on right now, you've got to start finding positives, okay? And I noticed earlier today that one of the big negatives that's going on right now is with the coronavirus. Okay, great. But then I saw a study where it showed 80,000 people have made it through the coronavirus. There are 365 million people in the United States. there at the time was 250 people. I think we're up to 302 people dead. So what I'm looking at is, I'm not looking at those as negative numbers. I'm looking at those as positives. 20,000 people have already died from the flu this year. So I'm starting to look at it, hey, we're starting to get somewhere. We're starting to, everybody's keeping their hands clean. Everybody's staying inside. Okay, we're not around everybody. Our truck drivers are running like crazy right now, because you got to understand, those truckers are on the road delivering stuff right now. The trains, I didn't even think about it until somebody told me something just a little bit ago about the trains. The trains are delivering also to the trucks, okay? Also our ports. A lot of my truck drivers go into the ports and they pick up there too. So, a lot of our hardcore infrastructure, the stuff that needs to be going nonstop, is still going right now. That's a positive, okay? Yes, some factories have shut down. Yes, small businesses. And what we have to do is we have to remember who those are. And when things come back online, we need to make sure that we can help them. Maybe go in and see, frequent their establishments a little bit because you're tired of eating toilet paper at home all day. Stuff like that. I say that as a joke, by the way, just because everybody's buying toilet paper for an upper respiratory disease. It's like, come on, people, really? But understand this, too. We're also coming into everywhere from election time. The census and stuff is going on. Right now, it's not too hard to call family and friends on the phone. It's not too hard to make sure everybody's okay. I'll call my buddy Tim down in Florida, make sure he's okay. I'll call my buddy Mark in Florida. I'll call my friends out in California, a lot of my Marine, but also a lot of my college buddies and a lot of my college friends. Okay, my family and everything. But most of them are around me though. But I'm still going to call them. This is a great time to teach your kids how to write a letter. Now, when I was in the Marine Corps, I wrote a lot of letters. I literally did. I had pen pals when I was in the Marine Corps. I probably had some of the most letters come to me when I was on board ship and when I was in the Marine Corps, because I would write back and forth to people because computers weren't that big of a deal. And what you can do also, if you want to know more about your friends, why don't you ask them about their faith? Ask them about their belief system. You don't have anything else to do other than talk to them, right? So tell them to tell you about their faith, why they love what they do. And you can tell them about yours. They're not going to judge you or try to recruit you, but you can talk to each other about things that are important to each one of you. Okay? You can actually find out why people are the way they are or who they are. Maybe you have to write a letter. Maybe you do it over social media like this. Now, if you got a small business or something, one of the things I like to do is promote small businesses. One of my comedy friend I've got, and he's a lover of veterans, is Longhorn the Comedian. Now, I'm going to bring him on live one of these in the next few days. I'm going to get up with him. I'm going to bring him on live onto my Facebook and on my YouTube, because Longhorn is this thing called Thank a Vet. I think they said they've given over to 1 million vets so far, where they basically give a thank you letter and they shake their hand and stuff like that. One of the nicest guys in the world. He's not on here right now. Hey, Alan, what's going on? My buddy Alan Shriver, everybody, he was a Marine. And Sergeant Major Squires was on here too. Gary Myers is on here. Jen Wombles, Natalie, how you guys all doing? But the whole point is this. So many people judge everybody by words or things. Did you know if you actually take the time to get to know somebody, stuff you may have heard about them or thought about them is going to be completely different? Because you never gave them that chance to find out who they are. And because like I said, it's not about anything where they're trying to date you or anything like that. Maybe it's just to find out who your friends are, okay? And I tell you what, over the years, I got to know a lot of my friends. That's why I got really close friends, is because I got to know them very well, and I stayed in touch with them and stuff. But for the most part, they're all great people. On here, on my Facebook site, there's a lot of great people. There's not much I wouldn't do for a lot of these people and help them out. But like I said, we're in some trying times right now. And the best thing we can do, sit down with each other, pray with each other, talk to each other, read books, meet their kids, meet their families, whatever you got to do. Oh, I didn't know that, Start learning to make food with your kids and everything else. I am making strawberry pie tonight. Okay, I'm also making bread tonight. So the first 10 people that want bread, you're going to get bread mailed to you. But if I don't have an address for you, you're not getting bread. Why do I see Alan typing right now? Because he wants homemade fresh Amish bread. He didn't type that out. I was just reading because he's a good guy. Okay? How many friends do you have from different states? And do they know much about their state? I've had a couple people like, Quincy, Illinois, where's that? When I was in the Marine Corps, how I referred to where I was at, I always said Hannibal, Missouri. I'm from Quincy, Illinois, right across the bridge from Hannibal. What's Hannibal? Mark Twain, Huckleberry Finn? Oh, yeah, we know who that is. That's who I am. Do you know who John... No, we don't know who John Wood is, but we know who Mark Twain is. Okay. Do you know who Rocky the Bulldog is? That's my college, That's where I went to college. Gunny Wright made sure to remind me that a bunch of times. But the whole point is this. don't take what people say personally. Okay, sometimes when we're writing, and I look at my writings a lot because I'm using talk to text, and it looks harsh, and I mean that because I don't mean what I say. I use a talk to text platform, and a lot of times, even though with the new phone, my talk to text doesn't always come through the greatest. But I also make sure to talk good about people when I'm putting something down, so they know I'm not trying to argue with them. I'm not. They're just really great people. And one of the things is this: people are going to have differences. That's what makes us the greatest. Is all of us have differences, okay? So at this time with this devastating virus going on right now, we're taking the good from it. Okay, meaning we get to spend more time with our family. We get to spend more time with our friends. Okay, we get to communicate back and forth. We get to write letters. These are all positives. We can build our careers by taking online courses or going on to Wikipedia or the internet and start looking up different things. We can teach our kids our own history. We were so worried about what our kids are learning in school. Oh my gosh, but now we have the chance to teach them. Now you're going to find out why you have them in school because it's going to drive you crazy. I was reading one of my friends on here was talking about her son and daughter and try to organize their class schedules at home. And she goes, I think she's ready to strangle her son right now. And but they're all great, you know. And people need to mind that you have to work outside the box right now. Now I know a lot of people wonder what I'm talking about when I say think outside the box. So many people got so used to being their everyday routines that now that things are closed down and you have to do things, your mind is warped because you don't know what to do because you've never allowed yourself to think outside your comfort zone, to think outside the box, to do things that you normally wouldn't do, to have conversations you normally wouldn't have. You're put in these awkward situations because it's not because you don't like it, it's because you're not used to them yet, okay? You're used to arguing, but all of a sudden the people that are arguing with that have the same belief as you, but now you're picking. So now you got to think. You got to think harder. That's why I tell everybody to read. Make sure you're reading. Get an audiobook, you know, do book on tape. And a lot of people don't always have the internet. They don't always have computers. Go and, like I said, make sure the elderly are being taken care of, okay? I don't know facts about the coronavirus. I don't care, and that's what people are getting mad at me about. I just know it's a very deadly virus. And I do know that whenever there's little victories, you know, how many victories do we have in World War II? Okay, when the Japanese, how many victories? We won the battles. How many victories do we have in Vietnam? We won every battle. We just lost the war. Don't get in an argument with me about that, people. I'm not going to argue with you about that because I don't know all the facts. I'm just telling you kind of an idea. So right now, say something's going on, you know, we get to look at little victories that are going to lead to big success. And what you got to do while you're home right now, what you got to do with your family and friends, is you got to have little victories. Okay, maybe you can get outside in the yard for the first time in a long time. You know, being under quarantine doesn't mean you can't go outside. It doesn't mean you can't go out in the yard and break up your yard and pick up sticks and wood. I started doing leaves the other day, and sure enough, it starts snowing. Then it starts raining, so that didn't work out very well. Okay? How many of you are sitting in that one room you've been wanting to clean up for a while, and you've been sitting in there, and you have the time to do it? Do it now. Quit worrying about it. You don't have to worry about it. Oh, Craig wants some bread. There goes another loaf of bread. Okay, Craig, I will make you a loaf of bread, my friend. I'll even make it on here so you can see I didn't put any cyanide or anything in it, and I will make it for you. Anybody else want any bread? Speak up now. First 10 people, I'm going to make 10 loaves of bread. I might make a few more, so if you guys put your name on here. Okay, if you want bread, send into my inbox your first name and your address, and I'll just mail you. I'll pay for it. I'm going to make some homemade bread. If you want bread, put your name and your address, and I will send you some homemade bread. Is that fair? I don't care where it's coming from. And it'll be interesting because if I get a couple from different states, I may post the states on here, or if a couple countries, that'd be neat. I'm going to do 10 loaves of bread. I might end up doing 20. I got enough for 10 right now, I believe. So if you put your name, you send an inbox, I'll do some name bread. I'm going to make my daughter a strawberry pie. She loves strawberry pie. I'm probably going to make about 4 or 6 strawberry pies. My grandma. Alan, give me a thumbs up if you had this. Only reason I'm asking Alan Trevor, he's from this area, even though he's not. Have you ever had strawberry rhubarb pie? Oh, my grandma made the best strawberry rhubarb pie. My mom made all this stuff really good, and I loved it. But then after Mom died, Grandma and my Aunt Jan would all make strawberry rhubarb pie. If I can find some good rhubarb, I may end up doing that. but I know I'm going to make at least 4 strawberry pies, and I'm making bread. So if anybody wants some bread, it'd be the first time you're on a comment section where you send somebody an address and they send you fresh bread. I'm going to make it tomorrow. I might even start making it tonight so I can get it all prepped. Well, Nancy, if you want one, you got to send me your name and address into my inbox. Don't put it on here, though. Don't. I don't want the whole world to see what your address is. By the way, Nancy Griffin, everybody, love her to death. We've been friends for a very, very long time. By the way, I'm looking on here, and I know you guys can only see X amount, but there's people from almost all 50 states on here in Canada. My buddy Francis is probably working right now, but he was up in... He didn't know that McDonald's has a 50-piece Chicken McNugget box. A lot of people don't know that. And I also posted that I got the Arby's Mountain a couple times. It was really good. Did not like KFC's donut sandwich, stuff like that. I was just thinking outside the box. You can't be afraid to try different things. All right, I've really lost focus now what I was going on. So anyway, make sure Aunt Jan is awesome. I know that. Sorry, right? Craig Mudd, I grew up with him, in case you want to know who he is. Probably one of my best friends. He's been around me for 40 years now. He actually knew who my mom was, and he knows my whole family and everybody like that. One of the nicest guys you can meet. Women, he's single if you're interested. He's a great guy. You know what? He knows how to drive. I take that back. I've seen his accidents a couple times. I don't think he knows how to drive. Just kidding. Alex McIntosh. He's trying to get the strawberry rhubarb pie. Anyway, Michelle Renee Houston. Hey, Michelle. Hey, how are you doing? Feeling good? Hope you're feeling good. If you want one, if you send me your name and address, you may get one. I'm going to send out 10 loaves of bread and pies. I don't charge for my stuff. I'm not charging for this. If you guys want one, you get it, whoever is in there, and if I have time, I'll make it for you. That's my agreement. If I don't, I don't. All I ask you do is go on and show everybody I made you a pie and a bread. I don't want nothing else from you. I just figured something nice I could do. Plus, when Gracie's here over the weekend, it gives us a good project to do. I don't know what you mean by she. Oh, who? Gracie's 12. Oh, Gracie's 12 years old. And she'll have Ava over this weekend, so I'm going to put the girls to work, and we're going to be making and cooking, but we're going to do it my old-fashioned way, where we beat the crap out of the bread. Have you ever made Amish bread before? You have to smack the crap. You got to think outside the box. I'll probably send a loaf over to Sergeant Major Squires, just because, Alex is a girl. Yes, Alex is a girl. What'd you think I meant? I know who you are. What? Are you? No, sorry. I got like 4 things coming up. You remember, I'm about on a 3-second delay. Okay? Sorry. We're about a 12-second delay. For some reason, Facebook has us on a 12-second delay. So the stuff I see is coming out. I'm not getting it in time. So I apologize. All right. So think outside the box. Do things that are different with everybody, okay? A lot of people can't get to church. Here's a good idea, though. If you can, stream masses and stuff for your elderly or for people that go to church all the time that can't. And they do these masses live now, so go ahead and go over and stream it live for people that that would normally have to be in church. I know Dad didn't get a chance to go to church this weekend. I think it's the first time in history of life that he never went to church because the church was closed. Little things in life are what people appreciate, okay? The little things that we can do for each other in life. There's a reason why whenever I'm talking with somebody or debating them, I always have to say good things about them. Because I mean the good things. The little debates and everything, sometimes they don't seem as great. And I know people take it the wrong way. Yes, just made some with my kids. They loved learning to make bread. And it's awesome. It's easy. Problem is, I think County Market was out of yeast. So County Market in Quincy may not have yeast. So the small things in life matter. If you're writing letters with your kids, pen and piece of paper, that helps them write. It also helps them get to know their family or friends. Making food with them will be another great deal. Working out in the yard. Okay, sometimes just raking the yard, getting it all raked up and everything piled up in one area. Okay, and then you can light it on fire after your kids jump in the leaves. Okay, gutters of the houses need to be cleaned out from the winter. Okay, so that's always a good thing. All right, doing things like sweeping out your garage. The kids can do work, you can do work. There's little things that you can do with everybody. But the whole idea is to enjoy yourself, think outside the box, do things that are worthwhile. Like I said, we're going to be doing the bread and the strawberry pies, and we'll make them for people on here that send me their addresses, and I'll send you over pie. We made up, if you're local, I'll probably just stop by, throw it outside your house, and you got yourself a fresh, nice, warm loaf of hot bread. And I know George Haberdine's not on here right now because if I said it, he'd be like wanting like all kinds of bread. But the nursing home, Illinois Veterans Home's on quarantine right now, so it's really hard to get them anything. I have to go sit it on a chair somewhere, and they come out with hazmat suits on to just bring it inside. It's bad. So, yeah, Crossing does live stream. I think Madison Church does live stream. I think a couple of the Catholic churches have been doing it. I think my friend Darren, Father Zanley, was talking like he was going to stream something, but not the whole Mass. I forgot what it was. I'll have to ask him, and I apologize. I don't know all that information. Guys, I'm just one person. And yet I do have a lot of information, and I do have a lot of areas that I work in that I'm the head of. I don't have all the information. That's the reason why when it comes to politics, when it comes to the coronavirus and stuff like that, I don't have the facts. I'm not going to tell you I do. I am going to tell you positives, and that's all I can do. And I'm going to tell you that right now I'm concentrating more on what's going on in the United States. Not because I don't love people outside the United States, I do. But we got to take care of our families. We got to take care of each other first. I had somebody like, didn't think I was mature because of the argument I had. Sorry. Didn't know that I was having an argument at first. FedEx staying steady for now. Keep praying. Craig, I always pray for you, my friend. You know as well as I do, we have to pray for you, Craig. We don't know what body part you're going to have to go to the hospital with next. We don't know what car you're going to be driving next. Hey, Troy, how you doing, my friend? Hey, everybody, it's Troy Liddy. Troy is a Marine. He's an officer. And, Troy, what was your rank when you got out of the Marine Corps? What was your rank? I forgot. Anyway, Troy's a good friend of mine. I met him within my Legal Shield stuff. Probably one of the nicest guys you can ever met. Michelle, I've known her and her husband, or not her husband, her boyfriend. Well, aren't you guys supposed to get married? Anyway, great people, okay? And there's a lot of positive stuff that I would love to say on here that I see him coming through, but I won't because I don't have permission. And Tina Earhart, I went to a school with her brother Mike, and Tina, her brother Mike, all of her, there's 3 of them, I believe, all together, and they're all great people. And they were also my Cursil. Lonnie, I know him from up in where he lives. I'm bad with addresses, okay, people? So anyway, back to what I'm saying. I hope you all have a great evening. I'm going to go live here when I do bread and stuff, so you guys can watch me make the bread. And I'll probably be making your bread, and you're going to see it. I may even try to see if I can burn your name on it or something. So whoever wants bread, if you guys want bread or strawberry pie or both or something like that, I'm not going to promise you I'm going to get it to you, but if I have time, I'll do my best. I'll get it in the mail, and I'll send it, or I'll just drop it by your house. That's for anybody on here. I don't care who's seeing this now or on my YouTube page or whatever. My whole goal is to do as much as I can for people I don't know or people I do know. For the most part, I know most of the people on here, but if I don't, I try my best to get to know you, try to invite you guys to different things that we do. A lot of stuff I have to be careful because we can't go out to too many places right now, and that's the reason why you haven't seen me do live feeds on different things because of what's going on, okay? And like I said, take this virus very seriously. Quarantine yourselves inside or outside, whatever you want to do. Make sure you're washing your hands, brushing your teeth, washing your clothes, clean your house down. If you can get rubbing alcohol from the store, the rubbing alcohol. I use a lot of ammonia and stuff. Do not mix ammonia and bleach. Use one or the other. That will turn into a thing like CS gas and it can kill you, so you don't want to do that. Like I said, if you guys want the bread, go to my inbox, put your first and last name and your address, and that's what we're going to be doing this week. So anybody that wants bread, I don't care who you are, do it. If you take a chance with it, okay? Go put your name and first and last name, and if you're getting, I'll be telling you I'll be bringing it by on a certain such and such day, okay? And you, like I said, you don't even have to do it when I'm live. You can do it whenever. So to give you an idea, at one time we made 63 apple pies. Me and Gracie made 63 apple pies, 28 strawberry pies, and 30 peach pies. We did that once. That was a couple years ago. I got video of that too. We did that and we sent it out to people. People were very, very surprised. It's funny because I had this cookie cutter cutout of an angel, and I put it on the bottom. And Grace is like, they're never going to see it. I'm like, no, but I know I put it there. It was just something nice. It was just, they had an angel. I figure if I give all these pies away to people, And if you know me and my garden and everything, my neighbors get everything out of my garden for free, and we always go by and give them tomatoes and sweet corn and stuff like that. So, like I said, we're starting to get into the year and everything else. Take my posts with a grain of salt if they start arguing and stuff. I do care about people. I do love that each one of you guys watch this and everything. So I'm going to get off here now, and I hope you guys have a great evening. I hope everything goes great. We are going to read... I got a new book the other day. I have not read it yet. The Dream Giver for Parents. I'm going to read that one. And I think maybe it'll be a good time to read it. I may start reading it tonight. I don't know. But if you're a parent and you want to listen to me read that book, we'll be doing that. Strawberry pies, bread. What else? I need to get up with Gracie, Ava. I also get up with Maddie, her brother, and a couple others because we're going to be doing live feeds with them. But we're going to do one-on-ones while they're on here. And we're going to talk about like the derby stuff. And then fishing for freedom. Okay? Alright, everybody. If you guys need anything, send me a message in my inbox. I hope you guys are having a great evening. Remember this. Each and every one of you matters. Each and every one of you is important. How we handle our everyday lives, that's just what we got to do. Alright, everybody. Keep it special. I'll talk to everybody soon. Know you matter. Know you're important. Goodbye.